Sports.
Yeah. We are back once again.
Let's talk about it, baby. We coming in hot. What the fuck is you talking about?
Hey, man, this is episode 36, man.
Ooh, Jerome Bettis, the bus.
Shout out to the bus. Shout out my nigga Jerome Bettis, man.
Shout out Uncle Bam, man. Uncle Bam is the one nigga I know that will find a celebrity to take a picture. He's got a picture with every celebrity who's come through Atlanta Hartsfield Airport.
Shout out to my nigga Jerome Bettis, man. One of the funnest guys to watch in the NFL. Back in the day, man, motherfucker would just truck everybody, man. Shout out to the bus.
I had a Jerome Bettis jersey with
shout out to Chris Berman too.
Jabot jeans that had black Jabot jeans with the yellow straps. Only pair of Jabots I ever owned. And I was
black
hyped,
and yellow,
nigga.
black and yellow.
Had black Air Force Ones because, you know, I was from the east side and shit. I had to rep. I showed up to school. Shout out Kaladi. Kaladi had on the same fit. And it was like the FUBU jersey episode. They was like, this nigga Jabots ain't real, nigga. His strap hang down too low. Nigga, I just felt like,
does your strap hang low? Do you tie it in a bow?
All right.
Mims. What was his name? Nah, that wasn't even Mims. That was Jibs. Oh, Jibs. My bad. Jibs.
Damn, we threw out a lot of Wash rappers right there.
And welcome to Wash Guys, my nigga. I am Draft. This is
Jean-Luc Picard, man.
Yeah,
we are back.
We are back once again.
Bullshit.
Oh yeah, we back on the bullshit. It feels good to be back. I say that all the time, but it don't always feel good. But
this one feels good.
This one feels good.
It feels good.
My joint just got wet. No homo.
Bennett. That's the earliest Bennett. The earliest Bennett we've ever had.
Nah, but welcome back, man. Episode 36. It's good to be back. We got some new countries to pop up on the analytics, so I'm gonna do that right quick. Shout out to these United States, United Kingdom.
Fuck the United States.
Australia, Iceland, Ireland, Germany, Canada.
Number one black podcast in Iceland.
Yeah. India, Finland, Russia. All right.
Relax.
Costa Rica, Ecuador.
Shout out Costa Rica.
The Netherlands.
On my
Puerto Rico. Welcome to the podcast.
On my Boricuas.
Yeah.
Tony Sunshine plays slowly in the background.
Yeah. I think I was 1 week early on the Boricuas, but welcome to the pod, man. You know what I'm saying? I like Spanish women, so don't be afraid to shoot me a DM. But your boy Draft is here. Yeah. Sweden, Singapore, Denmark, and New Zealand. So
Shout
yeah,
out
man.
New Zealand, man.
Like I said, it's episode 36, man. We are washed but not washed up. This
Washed
is
up.
the Wash Guys podcast, man. It's been a fun little ride, man. 36 episodes. I didn't expect to get to 20, man.
I figured we would have hated each other at this point.
Yeah, man. But it's been a lot of yucks. We've been yucking it up. So you know what I'm saying?
At the good times roll, baby.
Yeah, man. Ain't we lucky we got them? So yeah, man. I appreciate everybody been listening. I've been getting a lot of random DMs, just everybody that's appreciating the podcast. And I just want to say once again, I appreciate you because y'all listen to me talk about nothing every week, man. So
we don't really do shit. We did shit this week, though.
Oh, yeah, we did a lot of shit this week.
Man, it's the first week we done really hung out since we started the podcast.
It's crazy because I always be telling niggas, like, yeah, what y'all see is really what y'all get, like, on the low, like, because we really have our own separate lives, so when we link up, that shit really be for the link up, and we happen to do a podcast.
And I think I was telling somebody, like, my peer group is based off of the shit I got going on, so I don't really have friends that ain't doing shit that I'm in conjunction with. Like, I done linked up with so many people today, just on a roundabout the city, or a ride around the city. And
I got hella link-ups by older niggas, man.
Yeah, it's something about it's something in the air with like older, mature niggas right now.
Shout out to my nigga Cam. Shout out to Paper Frank, man. That's two niggas I told I was gonna pull up on them, and here I am.
not pulling up.
Look at me, man.
Nigga broken promises, nigga. But yeah, man, it's been a lot of old school vibes, man. I've been kicking it with all my like 10-year plus niggas. Like shout out Chop. I know we went to chat. Shout out Free Agency. Let's start there, man.
Let's do that.
We can do Wash moments later.
Yeah, we do Wash moments later.
This weekend was pretty much one whole Wash moment. For all those that don't know, man,
the first Wash Guards Invitational happened on Saturday. It was a great time, man. Shout out to everybody that tried to pull up and didn't, or shout out to everybody that did pull up. And
everybody said that it looked like an elementary school outside, and they was having parent-teacher conference.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't think about how much because of COVID, that early voting impacted like free gyms. So not free gyms because obviously we had to lock it up.
Yeah.
But
get your money.
At the same time, as far as like recreational centers, because those are voting places.
Right.
And because like early voting, everybody was in that shit. Shit, I pulled up, and I was looking at that bitch like, what the fuck is going on here, nigga? This can't be the place, nigga. There's too many whites here. But yeah, it's like the nice, like the rich whites. So it's just like Jesus Christ.
You knew it was a lot of Republican votes.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
police rolled up. As soon as we walked outside, police rolled up and sat. It's like, oh, it's a Black Lives Matter meeting out here.
Mm-hmm. You got Antifa here.
Niggas got on face mask and basketball gear, nigga. It's about to be a riot.
I don't know what they're doing in that basketball gym, but they can't be playing basketball with that basketball gear on. There's no way they could be doing that. But shout out to everybody, man. We just try to like bring y'all to a nice gym. You know, it's hard to get the gyms in the hood.
We'll see you at Lucia Sanders next time, man.
Oh yeah, we can really come back to my hood. I like word on the street is like my name.
All right, man. This nigga's not gonna say this for the 11th time this week. Bro.
Oh yes, we are. My name in the rafters. We gonna go back to Lucia Sanders probably next time. You know, it's a nigga there on this podcast that went undefeated and won a championship there. I don't know him, but I know him very well, and his name is Draft. You know, the only reason why they call me Draft is anyway. Yeah, man, it's been a fun week. Yeah, shout out to everybody that came out to the Wash Guards Invitational, like, first of all.
Shout out Brian.
Shout out my nigga Brian, man.
Scotts55 on IG.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you don't know, like,
follow my IG, Draft ATL. I had a nigga. We did a live together.
Oh, did y'all? Oh yeah, y'all did. I forgot. But Brian is somebody I knew from like previous endeavor doing sneakers and shit.
It's crazy. I've been knowing Brian for at least 10 years.
Nigga, you was out there when I was out there. Yeah. So like everybody that I met from that time period is still pretty much.
I think I met Brian at the Dornbaker campaign. So that was like maybe 2013, 12.
Threes.
Yeah.
Dornbaker threes.
Dornbaker threes.
Yo, because Brian and Riley did come down for that. Shout out Riley. I ain't seen Riley in like 3 years, bro. I almost teared up.
Yeah, it was good seeing you, Riley. Shout out to Riley, man.
Man, that shit was crazy.
I had to get this nigga a big hug.
Big hug, man. But
nah, bring it in, nigga.
But we ended up driving up the chat because they had the grand opening for free agency. Shout out 23 Penny. I'm not even gonna say your government, man.
Shout out to my nigga 23 Penny, man.
We had a long talk.
We had good talks about music, about everything, bro.
Yeah, just life in general. The way that
I really appreciated that shit.
The way that you go forth in this world as far as your endeavors and your passions. Like, you can't really slack on shit. I'm watching this IG. I forgot how much of an asshole he is. We had a conversation. Were you there?
That's what I love about him, though. That's what I loved about him,
He's such an asshole, bro. Vince, were you there when we went
like,
to
he's not scared to say what he got to say.
And we played ping pong, bro?
Yeah.
He swear he beat me, bro. I know I beat him. Exactly, because it didn't happen. I was drunk, too. Oh, I forgot. Shout out Victory Bar, man.
Shout out 23 Penny, though. Really good homie.
But
I really appreciate the convo we had. So.
He was talking about how he bet some guy at the track that he couldn't make it a lap in 60 seconds. And he was like, yo, just check it out on my IG. Check it out on my IG. And most of the time when somebody tells me to check something out on their IG and it's more than a minute, I don't check it out.
It was Sneaker Day. Oh, shit. Cincinnati.
Yeah. Shout out Sneaker Dave. You got one of the greatest penny collections, by the way, too. Greatest penny collections. But yeah, it was another one where he bet a guy $100 that he couldn't make it around the track in less than 60 seconds, or in 60 seconds or less. And he was like, "Yo, you did it, bro. Give me my money." He was like, "Yo, you good? No, you can't lie down. Get up. Give me my money." Like, he was treating him like trash, and I appreciated it just because it was like y'all just seen him, and I remember him like I think that's why he stays so incognito, because like you can't be out there like that and manage a business that big and just have contact with a bunch of people. And a shout out to Braden, bro. Braden, you was one of the highlights of the trip.
Yeah, shout out to Braden, bro.
I hope to see you Friday, bro. I'm gonna spend my last just so I can kind of like function. I want to see how it is to hang out with somebody who I don't know, but I know through somebody I know really well.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Braden. Good people. Shout out to everybody at Free Agency, man. I really had a good time in Chattanooga. Yeah. It was my first time in Tennessee, so that was like a good experience.
Shout out Chop, man. Chop did a great set.
Shout out to Chopavelli, man.
Yeah, we kind of, it was.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, man.
It was a lot, bro. I was replaying the whole day when I got home.
Chop got so saucy, bro.
Yeah,
Chop was saucy.
Yeah. But, yeah. Nigga put out a lot of Memphis 10 shit. That's why I was like, man, Vince would have been here, bro. Man. I swear
my nigga went from 3-6 to Young Dolph to Isaiah Rashad, all in the same set. Like this is just like 3 or 4 songs.
And he talking to me like, nigga, they don't even know what I'm doing right now.
Nigga looked at me and was like, yo,
that's why
I'm not wearing headphones. And it just walked away.
That's what I do, nigga. Nah, shout out to my nigga Chopavelli.
It's good to see the arc on like people's route to success, like, or just finding a lane. Like we've known Brian for years. Like this nigga was really on some shit where niggas didn't know how much Brian had in his closet. Niggas still don't, nigga. Like, and for him to be such a figure in the city and not be from the city, like he was really on some if you know you know shit. And now he got a shop. Like this is all hard work. Dedication. You know what I'm saying? Like you seen somebody really grind from about him and 23 Penny. I almost said your government. But yeah, him and 23 Penny, man. It's good to see the right people win. I think that's my favorite part about this whole shit, nigga. Like, yeah. And being able to have conversations about it, man. 23 Penny finna be on the pod. What do you say, episode?
Yeah, I forgot what episode we're supposed to be on, but shout out.
46.
Yeah, 46. Yep, he did say that. Yeah, shout out to 23 Penny. Episode 46. Y'all meet the God. But yeah, shout out to all my guys and goddesses. It's been a fun week. Other than that, like I said, Watch God's Invitational, Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, Chattanooga, Tennessee, rather. What else I do this week? It's just been a lot of work. Other than that, I had to get home and go straight to work, so you know how that shit goes.
I did too.
Man, so I guess we can get into our wash moments. I guess because we're here. All right, so I got my wash moment is, I thought about this today. So, who like ass? Everybody like a fat ass, right? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, applause for applause. Anyway, but so, you know, it's an ongoing sentiment. It's been in my job.
Crackheads and prostitutes.
Thank you. And one or both comes in.
At least one.
She's at least one of the categories. And I'm calling her she as a very loose term. Shout out to Atlanta.
Yikes.
Whatever the proper pronoun, I'm going to go with yikes at the moment. So yikes come in. Yikes is good. 6'4".
Big yikes.
Yeah, big yikes. And crazy posterior. crazy cheeks, man.
A lot of cheeks, man.
And it's this guy, you know, he's from one of the Saints.
Croix.
Yeah, St. Croix. Yeah, let's go St. Croix. I believe he is actually from
Croix,
St. Croix.
Lucia, Thomas.
Yeah, he's from St. Croix. One of my Caribbean guys, man, he don't usually work with us, so he's not used to seeing all that. And he saw me glance back, because I saw it, and I was like, let me just look at it again, just to be safe. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Oh my God.
It's like UFOs and shit.
There's gonna be a lot of bleeps.
It's an unidentified walking object.
A UW. UWO.
Up close and from afar is all relative inside a building. You know what I'm saying? It was from afar.
What's pi, bro?
But
Pi
yeah.
it could be right there. It could go on forever.
Yeah. Glance back, but he saw me glance back. He's like, yo, I was looking at it too, yo. I was trying to figure out if it's real or not. All right, nigga. You know it's not real. But let's get to my wash moment. My wash moment is that...
I say all that to say this.
Yeah, I say that to say nothing. But nah, really, like my wash moment is that I think about like ass in my era. Like ass in my era is different. So like all the young dudes that grew up on ass shots, their idea of what ass is not what my idea of what a chick who's thick is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to just regular thickness. I'm not used to Amber Rose just walking the streets every day. That shit used to be a fucking Martian. You know what I'm saying? Now it's normal shit we're talking about. So
we made it hot.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the case is, it's just like I think about like. So I used to always hear people talk about how porn probably influence our dynamic when it comes to sex, like because it's like, man, well, I'm not gonna get into my my dirty laundry, but you know, or anybody's dirty laundry, but you know, like you know.
But it's dirty.
Yeah, man. I know what the Romans was doing. They was doing disgusting shit like fucking little boys, but anyway, but it's like. You watch, like, because we grew up on the internet age, we watched porn all day. So, like, busting on a chick's face really ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's really just square biz. Shout out to
Whoever's saying that.
Tina Marie. It's square biz, man. We supposed to do it. But I don't know if that shit was, like, in the 70s or, like, I don't know, in the 60s or 70s, niggas was just busting on bitches' face. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think about that with ass shots. So now we in the next level. Yeah. Now a nigga gonna look at a chick who's kind of thick to me, and like, what is? Yeah, it's nothing. You know? So like now I feel washed as fuck because, like maybe sometimes I see a chick and I think she thick and like an NBA young boy type nigga that grew up on his music is like.
These niggas just like
you looking at them regular ass bitches? Oh, she has her own ass. Nigga.
It's like white women making a comeback. Like niggas who used to like be on white women in the '90s, they'd be like, "Damn, that's a quality white chick," and you're like, "Bro, we not really like."
Yeah, but
like white chicks are making a comeback on the low just because I feel like the Kardashian era is so big. Like,
but also plastic surgery.
The Kardashian era is so big.
Yeah, but that's it's all the same point.
Because I think Pamela Anderson was like plastic surgery, but
yeah, but in different places.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the restructuring of
the Restructuring of America.
And, what you call it? The
name of the pod.
Restructuring of America. You might be right. I think Kardashians just fuck a lot of niggas, so it's like. They trying to be with.
It's like
what
the
they
game
like
just ain't the same for gangsters. Things are changing.
Damn. All
Asses are rearranging. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit just different. Like, and I feel washed because I'm just used to a different body type. That I feel like maybe my nephew, who's 18 now, like it's like, you look at real asses.
Gross.
You broke, nigga. You broke. She can't afford to buy ass yet. Yeah.
She's still working at Foot Locker. Yeah. Trying to get cool sneakers.
Yeah. With a free ass. The ass she was born with.
Them pants ain't even busting like they supposed to. With the ass she was born with. All that God-given ass.
Yeah, the ass facts.
Name of the pod.
Oh shit, that might be the name. But yeah. That's my watch moment, man. Ass has changed, man. And I feel like all my shit be about bitches, and they be like, and everybody that talk to me be like, nigga, every time you talk, you be talking about bitches. I'm like, but
what we talking?
What you talking about?
Who run the world? Girls. You know what I'm saying?
The future is female.
Come on, man.
Let's talk about it. I don't even want to get my wash moment. That summed up like life for me, bro. My wash moment was I got hurt. I got hurt hooping and shit, man. Yo, on the low, I really want to shout out Draft, man. My wash moment might be the Wash Guys Invitational. This is like my first time hooping in like definitely pre-COVID.
So this is my first time hooping in like at least 2 years. Like anybody knows me, I've been fucked up. My back been fucked up and walking around with a cane and shit. But
did you hit a game winner?
I might have, man. You know what I'm saying?
I hate this nigga, man. That's why I didn't want him to talk about the Lucia Sanders shit, bro, because I was going to give him his flowers tonight, bro. He going to mention the shit that happened when he was in 6th grade.
Go on. Go ahead.
But yeah, anyway. Draft come out, man. Play one game. Sit out. I'm like, man, it was good to see my nigga play, man. I'm proud of this nigga, man. Like, it was really.
Mind you, I played awful. I played fucking awful.
Yeah.
First 3
played
games.
terrible, bro. Yeah. Like, niggas was just taking the ball from him. It was like the scene on Family Matters before Urkel stepped in the booth.
Yeah,
like,
when
Grandma Ma was hooping with Carl. It was like that. Like, so Draft swap out. I think Taji or Amber came in. Somebody came in.
Oh yeah, shout out to Amber, man.
Yeah, Amber pulled up, man. Amber actually had points, man. It was really.
Amber scored before I did.
It was really Amber, then Draft. But Draft hit a game winner, man. So that edged it out. But the last game, I think I fucking pulled my hamstring. I'm laid out. I'm breathing. It was like the scene in fucking Along Came Polly where Ben Stiller is playing defense with the nigga with his shirt off, and he jumps and gets the rebound and just slides down this nigga's face. I was the fat nigga. It was so hot in that gym. It was like they cut the AC off on purpose just because we was in there playing basketball with no mask. But final game come around. I'm sitting on the sidelines. I actually got a chance to film, so all the terrible shots, your boy. But Draft come round off the baseline, run to the top of the key, post up. You get a pass from, I want to say, his brother. His brother was hating on him the whole first game, especially because when Amber swapped out, I think he had missed like 2 wide open ones. And he was like, yo, that's why I don't fuck with this nigga. Hating. Hayes was hating, bro. But he catches it at the top of the key. Nothing but net, bro. I'm like, shit, bro. It's like, all right. This nigga goes back. He inbound the ball. He runs to the corner. Nothing but net. Niggas is paying attention now. Will on the sidelines talking shit. I think it's like we was going to 12. So y'all was at like 10 twos on threes. And he going to catch one after I think it was you, Hayes, and Martin. Martin threw it to him. And he happened to jump to the 3-point line, squared up. Ain't nobody play defense because they figured he was missing. Game. Like, man, this nigga might be back. At this point, Draft talking shit, bro. He running around like he Westbrook. He had his shirt off, man. I think he slid like me and him. Like, all the victory poses, dances that they do in the end zone, I think he had done all of them.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, matter of fact, we brought back the Dirty Bird. Niggas brought back the Dirty Bird that day.
I had to do the Dirty Bird.
But yeah, man, shout out my nigga Draft, man. It was good to be back on the court.
Yeah, it felt really good to play basketball. Like
Central Park days on Sunday.
Yeah, man. I'm still not 100%, man. I feel like Penny Hardaway. Shout out to 23 Penny. But I'm on one leg. But I'm still nice, niggas. I just want you to know. Nigga, even on my worst days, nigga, I'm better than you. But nah, real shit, though. Shout out to everybody. We're going to do another one.
Yeah, we definitely going to do another one, man. Might be a different location,
but we'll let niggas know, man. It's going to be a constant thing, man. Everybody can always pull up on the Wash Guys. I want to make this, it's a family event. So it was good to see Brian. It was good just to hoop, man. It was good to just be around family. We could all just talk shit. It was a beautiful little thing. I drank a lot of beer as I hooped. Spilled one. I hope they don't find us. Shout out to them.
I guess we won't be back.
That was your watch moment?
Yeah, that was my watch moment. I guess we can get into the Kanye on Joe Rogan. I really haven't watched the Joe Rogan podcast since he went to Spotify. I've listened to a couple. They don't smack like that no more. I don't know if it's just the aesthetic, but I can't tell. I'm still listening to the shits on Apple.
I don't know. I've been listening to them. I won't say they don't smack no more. It's just, for me, it's like, all right, man. I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan, and you should have us as a guest. But
Soon.
Sometimes when he talks police shit, it's just like, man, you don't really get it. So like, you know, I didn't call in. Like, I was on Neil Brennan's podcast, and like my main point was to talk. Like, the reason why I fuck with Neil Brennan's podcast because they open to criticism, and I like that. But my point into saying my shit was like, sometimes that these liberal people in white America, they feel like they know black people because they know Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. It's like, nigga, y'all know the best black people, nigga. These are our heroes, nigga. Right. Like, what are you talking about? You don't know the average black person, so when you talk about their horror stories, like, yeah, imagine their horror stories, but with a regular person. Like, you don't, like, so you don't really know the true dynamics. And sometimes I hear those type of people talk about that type of shit, and that shit kind of turns my stomach, because you're like, it's like, yeah, you don't really get it, because you know the fucking top 1% blacks. You don't know the regular black people that riding the bus and like really going through the fuck shit every day. Like,
yeah, and that's kind of
why they don't have lawyers to call and have TMZ that's putting them on TV and have.
That's why we looked at these individuals
Everybody
that have
outraged.
the type of perspective they have.
I get disrespected every day, and nobody outraged about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no video for me to post.
Dave Chappelle dropped 846, so he can speak for the rest of
Nah, I
Black
appreciate
America.
that, and I don't feel like Dave Chappelle is like that.
Right? No. I don't think any. I don't
feel like
Chris Rock is like that either.
Yeah.
But I do think that people get it fucked up just because they see the opinion. That's why real niggas usually have an issue with Tyler Perry, because the narrative you're pushing isn't necessarily a reflection
like, nigga,
of.
You know what the fuck was going on out here?
Why would you
niggas?
push this type of narrative for?
Because now you really ruining it for all of us. Because we still
gotta
gotta
be out here in public.
Yeah.
I remember being at work one time, and I'm telling somebody, like, yo, I don't fuck with Tyler Perry. I gave the movies a shot, like, because somebody told me, you at least got to watch it to have an opinion. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I watched at least 3 Tyler Perry movies.
And I'm like, yo, I was just like, yo, the average black woman grandmother don't act like that. Like, my grandmother didn't act like that. Like, you portraying an image that doesn't necessarily apply.
I still ain't seen Shamar Moore.
Or those braids, nigga.
Put that nigga on the side of Mexican Cokes, nigga.
This nigga on CBS now, man. This nigga's investigating.
That's why I ain't seen him.
He's got an NCIS slavery deal. He's got a 360 TV deal.
He still got braids?
Nah. I think he got he probably one of the Man Weave subscribers.
Yeah.
Cause it's got to be gone now.
Yeah. Shout out to Shamar Moore and this braid cap.
Would have been bringing back all his Soul Train.
Oh, he was on Soul Train.
Wow, there's a lot of
Did he have one with overalls and no shirt?
I'm sure he did.
Man, it was always one of them, man. I hated that.
But yeah,
nigga.
the Kanye shit.
I was talking about something else. All right, yeah, the Kanye shit. Joe Rogan was on Kanye. I mean, Kanye was on Joe Rogan. I'll just jump into it. I fucked with it. Like, I didn't get a chance to finish all of it. But what I did hear, I did kind of relate to what we already know about Kanye. I was talking with Taji before the pod, and I said, yo, this reminds me of the same.
And I can't disagree with that. I can't say that it doesn't remind me of the same Kanye, but I just think he's a sporadic. He's just like a scatterbrained nigga. And it sometimes, when it comes to podcasts, it don't always. When it comes to any long form thing, the reason why I think Kanye is so dope because he gets the chance to refine his ideas.
It sounds just like it's actually it's like a diluted version of the Zayn interview if I really think about it, because he got his shit off, but he just wasn't like aggressive. And
I think when Kanye gets a chance to refine his ideas, that's when we get My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's when we get Graduation. Late registration. That's when we get these classic moments. Like, I just think sometimes when he gets long form, he has 120 songs. And
I think he's just doing a lot too. It might be overload of activity too.
Yeah. Whatever the case is, we'll be back, niggas. Yeah, welcome back, man. It's the Gods of the Pods back once again. One time for the one time. Never for the one time.
So Kamala Harris is joined Complex in the Panderathon, considering that
what this election is, what every election is. Ever since Bill Clinton played the saxophone, that's just my earliest memory of pandering. In our Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone and had like black shades on. He might have had Lokes on. And,
it was like, damn, this shit is a ploy.
Yeah.
This is this year's hot sauce in my bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did a sneaker shopping episode with Complex Media and Joe LaPuma. Of course, they didn't do any sneaker shopping. It was all a front.
Let's talk about politics, because that's what people do when they shop for sneakers. That's the first thing I think about.
They didn't show sneakers.
Hey, bro.
They didn't show sneakers until where we at? They showed sneakers at 7:28 in the video. On a 10-minute and 21-minute video. Why is it that you feel like you just gotta go for the obvious shit? Like this, what's worse, this or the Kente cloth kneeling shit?
I don't know, like, that's the thing, man. So, this quote rings very true right now. I've been hearing this quote
I was about to say something crazy. We out of it, the craziest bleep, but go ahead.
Yeah, all right. I've been hearing this quote
Not yet.
for a lot, for probably the last 5 years of my life. But it says, in your 20s, if you're a liberal, you have no heart. But in your 30s, if you're a conservative, you have no brain. So when I look at liberals and the people that's supposed to be for black people, I be like, I don't know, man. Them niggas look hella clownish, man. I'd rather settle with the obvious racists rather than the fucking blanket racists.
Fuck with the devils,
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, like, I don't know if anybody who. So, all right.
I had that conversation with my uncle. He chewed me out about
And I want to have this conversation, and it sounds like an anti-vote conversation, but I don't want to do it. But I gotta do it.
You had the same direction I was. All right, go ahead.
All right. So, what black person looks at any candidate throughout the history of America and be like, man, that nigga, he was on his shit? And by nigga, I mean whatever person of color they were.
We're going to go ahead and have this Abe Lincoln versus Trump debate now?
Yeah. So, like, we could have it. Because, is it Abe or is it Trump? Like, I want niggas to really think about it. Like, when were we ever like, hell yeah, nigga, America is for us. Nigga, this shit is going our way.
He did it, bro. The way he played that saxophone.
What do niggas be talking about? Like, I always talk to niggas about any presidential candidate. Like, nigga, this shit is a fucking joke. Nigga.
Yo, he had a basketball court built in the White House. The one thing that fucked with me about
it was this rapper that said, niggas had rappers in the White House, but what the fuck does that help? I don't know who said that, but that nigga was a real fucking nigga, man. Because it's like, nigga,
shout out to him.
Niggas who put on all the fucking shows they want from me, but I know what the fuck America looks like for black people, nigga, and you're not gonna change my mind, nigga.
Damn,
and
that
I know
was
all
Obama's
the black
pander.
people I know that go through this shit. Like,
let me
nigga,
sit down with rappers.
Yeah, like, I don't give a fuck how many photo ops you take with Kendrick, nigga. It still won't fucking matter to me, nigga. What's happening in real life to real black people on the fucking streets, nigga. Let's talk about real life. Like, this shit's not real life. So it's like, when we talk about Joe Biden or fucking Donald Trump, what's the real difference? There's no real difference. Like, you saying
the White House did a Revenge 3 take on politics, like where they just invited everybody out and it was just like, yo, let's see what we come up with.
Yeah, it's like, man, you can do all the photo ops you want, man. Like, ain't no rapper ever represented me, man. I want to be clear. And I rap. And no nigga ever represented me that rhyme words, man. That's a fucking joke, man. Come on, man. And I rap. Nigga, I'm telling you, that's a joke, nigga. If a nigga rhyme words, nigga, like, come on, man. That nigga like attention, bro. And you know who else like attention? Politicians.
Need it.
Like, these niggas are fucking Hollywood stars that are just ugly as fuck. Like, you want to keep it real, they just don't have the looks.
And got an inferiority complex.
Yeah.
I feel like they got to be in charge.
Like, they need the attention of a Hollywood star, but they're just ugly as fuck. So Hollywood would never accept them. And it's a lot of people that did both. Shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Shout out to fucking
Ronald Reagan.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Shout out to Donald Trump.
Shout out to Barack Obama.
Ooh, big talk. Big talk.
And if
I don't know where he going. I don't
kill
know
me-
where he going with that.
And if they kill me, nah, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. The lightest of shout outs to Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
and
man.
Jola Puma, man. I feel like y'all got that Breakfast Club bag where y'all just tied in. Somebody slid you a check. It was like, yo, just put a number on there, man.
Let's keep it real. Do you think if Joe Biden gets elected, do you think they're gonna really defund the police? I know he wasn't for it. Do you think any political change within the police system is really gonna happen? Do you really firmly believe that in your heart as a black person? Like, I know other than black people listen to the pod, but I'm just talking to black people right now. Like, nigga, let's keep it real.
Has anybody done it thus far?
So even when people tell you to vote, what's the real idea about that? Like, you think Republicans are running around telling you to vote? You think a Republican is gonna run up on me and tell me to vote? No, nigga. Like, so when a nigga tell you to vote, he's saying you vote Biden. It's just like, it's all a ploy. Like, ain't nobody really have open ideas. Like, want to keep it real to me. So when I see Kamala and her Chuck Taylors, it's like, bitch, like I'm not falling for the okie doke. I don't give a fuck about what sneakers you wear. What does that have to do with black people? Like,
it's everything.
Anybody can assimilate.
It's everything but the tangibles. Like, it's the things that
niggas do
just
everything
cater
else.
to ego.
Yeah, you do everything else but actually change law and some shit that actually affect us. Like, it's cool to wear Chuck Taylors, but it's not cool to maybe have free health care like other countries have. Like, that vastly affects black people. Like, at the end of the day, that's really life and death shit. Like, if you want to keep it real, like, they put us in food deserts and they give us no health care.
And then move the farthest hospital unit with
like
trauma unit away. Move the hospital with the best trauma unit the farthest away from the areas where there's the most crime.
They put black people away from like no nutrition, and then they give us no free health care. I don't think this, like, as much as people want to talk about other countries, like what other fucking supposed to be first world country is doing that?
They create a war on drugs and then bring them in themselves.
Like, we got more percentage-wise prisoners in China. Like, whatever you want to say about whatever regime. It's like, even the names of regimes is sometimes a joke to me when people talk about like communists or whatever, socialists and all this shit. It's like, they're just names of all different types of fucking dominance. At the end of the day, like, we gotta look at how the people live within the dominance. Like, how are their lives
as a whole? Like, I've heard of
shit. It might be a communist like nation that people are living great in. Like, who am I to say?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? But I know how black people get treated here.
It's certain takes on the political climate now that you're seeing the grassroots of fascism. Like, we talked about how Black Lives Matter is really kind of like, if you go to their website, it's like Marxist theory, and you see that in.
You go to Black Lives Matter website and it's all white.
It's ran by white people. Yeah,
it's just like,
I told somebody that recently. It was like, really? And I'm
but
like,
then you talk to a white person, they'll say
in
like,
college. Like,
nah,
because
like white people really care about it. But it's like, hey, who are these people? Like, I don't know them. Like, I might know you. I'm not saying like obviously every white person doesn't hate black people, but
and I might know your intentions.
Yeah, but I don't know this guy. Like, I don't know him. Why is he up in the top? Like, I know the regular white people. I know the people that are going through the shit that I got to go through. But I don't know these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you kind of got to, I don't know,
Like,
if you
up
really
there.
want to create structure, you got to have jail rules in effect, man. We got to have a paperwork party. We got to see receipts. We got to know where you come from, what you do, who you represent. That's how you end up with Rachel Dolezal's. Like,
Yeah.
And it's not even, it ain't even no salt, because she seemed like a real one. She going through real nigga shit right now.
Yeah, but I know blue collar folks, like, but that's one thing. Like, we talking about a whole different thing when we talk about the upper echelon of America,
With
the upper
billions and billions.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter might be our generation's like Red Cross or FEMA. Like, and FEMA and Black Lives Matter were kind of in the same era. Like, you see, and both directly affected black people. obviously the latter, but that's why I'm having this argument with my uncle, and he's basically telling me, man, Biden don't win, man, I might just leave. I'm like, nigga, that was my whole point from jump. Like, I was like, yo, why am I competing with motherfuckers who obviously don't care about my well-being? I'm just gonna leave. You opt out.
Every time any black person says anything about America, I say, all right, so Christmas addicts, where we starting at? How many niggas done died for nothing? All right, Christmas addicts.
Vietnam War.
Yeah, the Vietnam War.
World War II.
We going. We skipped Nat Turner. How many like crusades have happened with Black Malcolm Martin, Black Panther Party? How many times have the times of everybody believed in the shit and it was a revolution and nothing fucking happened?
COINTELPRO.
Like, so tell me about your candidate. I want to hear about
what's his viewpoint on black issues.
Like, that shit be a joke to me. That shit is a real joke.
They threw out reparations just to see what niggas was going to do.
400, 500, 600 years of history versus Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Like, they all jokes. Like, nigga, I'm not telling you to vote for Donald, obviously. Like, I'm not a Republican.
My point was I was telling him and my dad, like, yo, y'all voted for a mentally challenged man. Y'all realize that? Like,
or a motherfucker that got dementia or some shit. This nigga's
that's a disability.
Nah, I remember, like, Joe used to be on point, bro. Like, I don't know this Joe that we seeing now, but like, this nigga all skinny and shit.
Yeah, Aviator Joe, like back when he was number 2.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe, man.
Pre-Sleepy Joe, man.
This nigga be forgetting, like, yeah, it's hard for me to believe in a guy like that. It's like, nigga, I drink all day and I still put together a podcast and go to work. And somehow, like, you got
alive.
You got the weight of the world on your shoulders and you can't put together like a decent speech or decent comments or decent comebacks. Like, you're battling. I mean, there's 2 old motherfuckers. I mean, it's still a whole nother conversation that needs to be had about why are we letting 70-year-old motherfuckers run the country, man?
Yeah, their ideals don't represent anything going on currently.
Like, I would.
You can't expect them to understand.
Nigga, we should be buying these motherfuckers diapers, nigga. Why the fuck are they running the country, nigga? What the fuck, nigga? I see
some niggas eat baby food.
Yeah, nigga. I gotta teach them how to swipe their card. Like, come on, man. Like, they don't know what a chip is. Like,
they don't like iPhones. Yeah, something with buttons.
Like, it should be an age gap on who should run for president. I think
you got to be able to fight.
I think. Yeah,
like, you gotta be
actually.
You gotta be able to fight.
If you should be able to hunt.
Yeah,
I think 50 should be the gap.
Cheney was a good hunter.
Yeah, it was. We talking past tense, nigga. I'm talking about, nigga. You gotta.
He
be
also
live
popped
in the
his
field.
homie.
I want my president to be a killer nigga on sight. I want my president to be like Demolition Man or some shit.
Shout out Putin, nigga.
Oh yeah, the god.
#1 black podcast in Russia, man. All that being said, I'm betting Roy Jones in this Roy Jones Mike Tyson fight, man.
Speaking of Joe Rogan, I listened to the Roy Jones on a.
That was a good podcast.
Yeah, it was an interesting podcast because he had like very interesting points. Why? Because a lot of people said he was crazy to take the Mike Tyson.
We just talked about this shit today.
Rather.
He stays active. He's been training fighters.
Yeah.
And he fought the most recently.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson ain't really fought nobody.
Yeah.
Like, and even then, Mike Tyson was a different individual. Than you talking about like 15
Even then,
years?
Mike Tyson is a knockout artist. It's 2 different styles of boxing. So if you're used to knockout style of boxing and you're talking to a nigga who's really can go. I mean, Roy Jones got a lot of knockouts too, but he can still go. He can go.
The one thing that's gonna fuck Roy Jones up is if he stay in there with him, he runs the risk of getting knocked out. If he box this nigga, it's a good chance that Tyson may tire out and he can just piece him up after that.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
that's
think.
that's the only route that make the most sense. Because it's an exhibition
That's what
fight,
I think he thinking.
Because it's an exhibition fight, I don't know how it's gonna go. But like he said on the podcast, nigga, it's Mike Tyson. You expect him not to fight? You gonna get a real fight. It's not gonna be. I think it may be better.
Mike Tyson not good for long round bouts. That's not his thing.
It's not. And I don't think any amount of training is going to make up for that if you add in the 15 years.
I agree.
Yeah. So, if you want to put your money up, man, holla at me, man. I'll bet the house.
Yeah, I'll fuck around and take Roy Jones. Because I feel like this nigga really knows boxing. Like, he's a son of a boxer. Like he loves boxing. Like he loves the technical aspect. That's one of the reasons why he's still fighting and training boxers. Like Mike Tyson had to go through the whole roundabout to get back to it. It's no salt to him, but it just is what it is. Like you talking to a dude that really loves the game. Like he loves the technical aspect of boxing. Like he developed his own style and shit. Like hearing him talk about the style he developed and how he developed and shit. Like
said he
was
loved
really
Bruce
dope.
Lee. Was watching like kung fu movies and saw
And he
how
talked
all the
about
fighting
chickens.
styles after animals.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
started watching the chickens in the yard. And I'm like, oh, like they faint, like they bob and weave.
Yep.
They strike in,
They all got
couples.
Like they also got a pecking order.
Yeah, exactly.
And
he was like, yo,
yeah.
as soon as you walk in a certain chicken's area, like, nigga, you already know what it is. And I think that's kind of like what you fuck with about boxing as opposed to other fighting sports. Boxing is rigid enough and it's got enough rules that it makes it technical. It makes it super technical. That's why it's the sweet science.
Yeah.
I think UFC started it's such a young sport. It's just getting to the super technical phase. But boxing is like ancient. And you've seen people have their rise and falls and the way boxing's changed and the
All
way
combat is ancient.
All combat is ancient. You're
Yeah.
right. But even the way weight classes are popularized in the 90s,
It makes it even more technical.
yeah, you're looking at it like, oh shit, this is a drama unfolding. That's why corruption in boxing is so big, because people know that there's already an inclination for drama, and if they can build that, like that's why Mayweather was such a good fighter, because he played on that aspect. Like, oh, I can make this a thing, outside of the fight itself.
Yeah, he learned how to make that shit a drama. Yeah.
Nigga, 24/7 would not have been a thing if it wasn't for Mayweather. That's why he took it somewhere else, and we went with him.
That shit turned into a soap opera.
Yeah, it did, man.
Shout out to my nigga Floyd.
I think he low-key snitched on himself, man. That's the only reason I feel like he went to jail, too. Shout out Ray J, man.
Is he in jail now?
No, I think he out. He about to
Yeah, I heard him talking about like
fighting
taking
again.
another
Yeah,
fight.
I
Yeah.
think he's talking about fighting again.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking about fighting, man. Good luck, man. I'll
What
watch
was
it.
the other topic? What else we got?
We're gonna segue into Paid in Full. Paid
Oh,
in
yeah,
Full
yeah,
dropped
yeah,
this
yeah.
month. I think it was October 25th. If anybody knows us, you already know what that is, man. This is probably our Citizen Kane.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Wholeheartedly.
This is our Schindler's List.
Yeah. Paid in Full shaped me as a man. You know, I didn't know how to sell cocaine. But then I watched Paid in Full and I immediately started selling cocaine.
Yeah, man.
And by selling cocaine, I mean getting a job. Working at a grocery store.
And showing up late most days. There's so many lines in that movie, I feel like
But no, it's a lot of
it's
games.
a litmus test on
Who you
what type
are.
of nigga you
Yeah.
is. Like, I remember we was going to buy Tree at City and Ink. And I think we was just looking for Tree. And the nigga we went up there to see ain't had none, but he was like, yo, we can call my partner up here. He'll be up here in like maybe like 15 minutes anyway. So just tell him what you want. We told him. And we wait. We just sitting there talking, kicking shit. I think you had suspected this shit might be bad. And
Sound like me.
yeah, he was like, man, watch this niggas. I hate buying weed from random niggas. I remember the conversation. This nigga was just griping.
That sounds exactly like me.
And the nigga was give us a 3-5. It looked square. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, all right, man, I'll say your number. We'll try to link up in case he was like, all right, cool, man. All right, I'm fuck with you. Water.
Whoa.
We stopped in our tracks. And we was like, whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Shout out to you, man. Just cause you already know, nigga, it's the secret society, bro.
Yeah, nigga, all we ask is us. Yeah. So Paid in Full shit is really real. Like, sometimes I just drop little random lines just to see if a nigga on his toes.
Whole
like,
cake.
Yeah, whole cake in his face.
It's a good look for us.
Yeah.
I think we was at
My little man.
Yeah, my little man. It ain't for him. I'm broke, baby.
I'm broke, baby.
It's so many.
I just said I'm back, baby, nigga, like 1,000 times. Nigga, the Wash got invitationals, but it was about Paid in Full.
Yeah,
nigga.
it was about
like,
it. It was for it.
It was the spirit of that movie, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
That was the day before because the Wash Guys invitation was on the 24th.
10 years,
hey,
10
man.
days, nigga.
It's love
Shout
day.
out to my nigga Vince. Yeah. This shit is never ending. Oh my God.
This shit could be the rest of the pod if we ain't really give a fuck on you niggas. Hey, man,
Oh.
report the bridge for blow up. I still don't know what that means, bro. Where was bridge?
Nah, I know. I know.
Your man look bad.
Yeah, your man look bad. You gotta give him a half of something or something, nigga.
The
I
funniest.
still tell niggas to give niggas a half of something or something, nigga. Help this nigga out, man. Your mans look bad, man.
Yo, this is my Thursday call. Next week I might have something new. Yo, yeah, this is your style, man. Cause it's just. I even remember random references like when Mr. Pip found the brick.
Getting money is me.
Yeah.
Getting money
when
is
Mr.
me.
Pip found the brick, and he was like, no. When Mr. Pip came in, and he was like, Ace, what I tell you about playing this bibbity bip shit in the store, you can't even understand it. All it is yak, 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 yak. And as soon as he got to the station he wanted to hear, he was like, Nigga, I was like, why did he switch like that? Nigga, wash moment. Paid in Full was the last movie I watched on VHS.
Yeah, maybe me too.
It might have been the last movie, the newest movie.
Definitely I did have it on DVD.
I had it on DVD, but I mean like
the first
when
time
the first time
I saw Paid in Full, I rented it
on DVD.
Yeah, it was DVD.
Nigga, I
remember I watched it on my PlayStation 2.
I saw it at my partner Mike and Trevor house at like I think I skipped school. It was like 3 in the afternoon, and we was like, he's like, yo, I got Paid in Full. I was like, what the fuck is that? He was like, nigga. So I'm just sitting in this dark ass room on a box TV watching Paid in Full, nigga. That's really what really
don't
put
give
me
a
on
fuck
Nori.
what that nigga says. That movie is good as fuck, bro. Like
it's our Goodfellas, bro.
Yeah,
it's our Goodfellas.
It's a dope movie, man. It's not even
if you watch it, the commentary for it.
Yeah.
It gets twice.
The fact that they shot it in Toronto because it looked like Harlem in the 80s.
Nigga, when I heard Nori talk about how they told him just freestyle, bro. Just do what you do. Nigga, that shit was classic.
Oscar worthy.
Nigga, what? It's
that nigga need a Tony and an Emmy.
It's so much game given away in that shit that niggas won't catch, or not even say niggas won't catch because we caught it. Yeah. But like, obviously, when it comes to like Oscars and blah blah blah, because we're not speaking the King's English, like you're not gonna get the proper poetic respect that it deserves.
No
like,
ribs, no rice, no champagne.
Like you don't know what it means to us. So like, there's no way to really award it. So like, when they give awards to bullshit ass
on the low,
watch
this, full circle, bro. I'm gonna see you later.
I let it too small.
That's the Kermit shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna see you later.
Yep.
This
cool.
Kermit the Frog's ass. What's the use to having soldiers if you ain't gonna use them?
Oh man,
nigga.
This our life though, and that's what's so crazy.
It's so many moments in that movie that we like. It's almost like Jay-Z lyrics. Like it's so many. Shout out to The Rock.
That movie is disrespected like Black America is disrespected. Like it's just all in one and the same. Like,
yeah.
Like I know what the art is like for y'all. Like obviously movies like Moonlighting or shows like ATL or Atlanta will always get highlighted because they know how to make the what's the word?
Aesthetic.
TR word. They
translate.
Yep. They translate Black America to white people, so it's a way to like
white-splain.
Yeah, white-splain. They make it palatable for white people. So like, yeah, that's cool. Like I'm talking. It's like
you see me here.
Yeah, man. I can't even say it enough. Like people don't really understand what I'm saying, but like real shit. Like sometimes movies like Paid in Full, I feel like they get passed on because it's not palatable for everybody. But if you know what the fuck is happening, nigga, it's so much glory in what's happening. So much fucking poetic justice in everything.
It's a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Like even the shit where in the scene where Wood Harris is standing at the laundry, at the dry cleaner desk, and you see the money falling. He's like, "Yo, it's a metaphor for all the money he see flying around in the street."
And he just sitting there working at a job. And that's what
wasting his life away. It's in slow motion, and like
even in the end, they be like, "Yo, it's new players now, but they don't really play the game." And it was like they talk about rap. So I'm like, yeah, they just do what we do, but they don't really quite do it like we do it because like they didn't really do it. Like it's just poses and it's just camera ops and all that type of shit. But
it's a organized crime movie, like a black mafia movie.
Yeah.
It's a coming of age story.
Yep.
It's a lot of everything in that movie, and it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. That's what's so crazy. It's so many funny ass moments in that motherfucker, man. So
Now you shining.
yeah, like the niggas who's really in this circle, I can just drop a paid in full line and we already on board. Like we
This nigga
already
say
know
ain't
what
getting
the
no
fuck
money.
it is. Yeah. Now you got to change. Like, I can go to my brother like, now you shining. You got to change now. Yeah, now you fresh. He already know what the fuck I'm talking. Like we don't have to explain shit. Like it's just like it's family ties. Like secret society. All we ask is trust type shit. Like it really is.
Yeah, man.
If you really caught all the messages in that shit, I'm sure it's like people that talk like the way people talk about The Wire is the way I feel about Paid in Full. Like I'm sure The Wire is the same way, just more drawn out. But it's like for me, Paid in Full is just like we talked about before the pod started. I was like, yo, I don't mind Ye on the Joe Rogan podcast, but it's just like I just don't feel like he knows how to wrap shit up in a bow. So that's kind of like for like why I love Paid in Full. It just wrapped everything up in a bow, nice and tight. It was a good.
Yeah, when
ending.
you listen to the commentary, you hear them talk about like a lot of those scenes were longer, but in order to make it concise and shape, they had to rearrange parts and put it together to where it felt like it almost sounded like rearranging it like track listing for an album.
Yeah.
You put it together so it flows.
Yep. And it definitely flowed perfectly. So shout out to everybody in Paid in Full. Nori had a great spotlight in that. Dame Dash had a great little random cameo in that.
Freaky Zeke had a little cameo.
Yeah, Zeke was in the back seat. Yeah.
And, in the motorcycle scene.
Yeah. Cam, I mean, it's not a cameo, but Jesus Christ, man.
A young Regina Hall.
Regina Hall was great in that. Oh, she was great in that. Wood Harris was great
Tucking
in that.
that little butt.
Makai Fife was great in that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I wish I knew the actor that played fucking Uncle Ice.
Yeah, Uncle Ice. Uncle Ice had a little career too. He done been in some shit since.
He been in a lot of shit. But shout out to Uncle Ice, man. Shout out to the cat that run the grocery store that ran with Uncle Ice that kidnapped the cat. Like they all did.
Shout out
shit.
Sonny, man. R.I.P. my nigga Sonny.
R.I.P. Sonny, man. That was So
Damn.
Yeah, happy anniversary to Paid in Full, man. Obviously, like we started this podcast pretty much on Paid in Full references, so
since day one.
Yeah, we back again.
All right, so
I don't have a good segue, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What you been listening to?
You fucked up mine. It's cool.
Right.
Whatever.
That's the goal.
No look passes. Don't always go how you think. Might fuck around and get you, got you, boy.
Yeah.
But nah, I've been listening to, for some reason, a lot of Future, High Off Life in particular. Shout out my nigga E. We had a whole conversation about how slept on High Off Life was. High Off Life, low-key, got a lot of classics. I can't stop listening to Trapped in the Sun. Chop played that shit when we was in chat. Now damn near lost my mind. High Tech, real shit. The first 3 songs on High Off Life, straight bangers. Solitaires. I don't really need Travis Scott on that song for it to be hot. He kind of got. It's like Future got a habit of trashing niggas who are supposed to kind of rap better than him. And I don't know if Travis Scott is one of them niggas, but he definitely kind of got ran into walls on this song. It was like he grabbed him by the shoulders and treated him like he was 5'2". Shout out Travis Scott. Ryan Strikers, we right back at the hits, man. Too Comfortable, obviously, man. It's self-explanatory. Life is Good remix. Probably one of the most slept on remixes just because Baby kind of went crazy. What else I've been listening to? Still Salt. I've been listening to Rise a lot. I'm kind of getting into the second album. I see a lot of motherfuckers jumping on the wave, man. Shout out to y'all. It's I feel like they're gonna be that group like Karungabin, because I started hearing more of them as soon as I found them. Like they're in more commercials and show previews and shit. Benny the Butcher, man. Shout out Benny the Butcher, man. Giving
The Butcher coming, nigga.
Giving real nigga rap a real stamp. I really think Griselda probably got the dopest movement right now, man. I'm hoping that
let's make West Side Gun the president of Def Jam.
Let's do that, because he probably is the only person that built a squad and is actually selling records right now.
Yeah. Shout out Bodie James too.
There was a narrative that I think Conway put out where he was like, yo, we gotta have this TDE Griselda conversation.
Yeah, let's not talk about it right now.
I wasn't gonna talk about it right now,
Right.
but eventually we're gonna
Not
have
yet.
to have this.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Not us, but people in general.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But us.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do it, but I don't want to do it just yet.
What else?
'Cause I don't want to disrespect either movement.
A lot of Memphis shit, man. I went back through a lot of 3-6 shit. I listened to Project Pat, Player Fly, Nobody Is Nobody, man. Shout out Hayes again, man. Watch God's Invitational was a moment. Thank you. Isaiah Rashad. I went back through Sylvia Demo. I really fuck with that project. It's really, he got 2 solid projects if we talking about TDE tapes. I don't think a lot of them I don't think either one of them got a lot of holes in it. But outside of that, I ain't really been listening to shit else.
All right, let me get into this shit before. I fucked with Dope Never Dies, man, Volume 2. Shout out to my nigga Keelan, man. Shout out to Keelan.
Yeah, shout out Keelan.
So I finally got the really chance to listen to it. It's funny because I was listening to the album and I was like, damn, man, this shit is hard as fuck. And I got to the last song, I was like, man, like I didn't know it was the last song, and it's just playing. And when it cut off, I'm like, what the fuck? When the first song played again, I was just so disappointed because I really wanted more. But that's like the take of a good artist, man. Like, you know, you want to always leave the audience wanting more. So shout out to Keelan, Dope Never Dies, Volume 2.
Round of applause break.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Keelan. Listen to the Libra by T.I. It was a solid album.
Listen to that shit.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at it. It just is what it is, man. It had a lot of features, which was cool, man. Shout out to 21 Savage. Shout out to Conway. Shout out to Benny the Butcher. Shout out to Young Thug. Shout out to Lil Baby. Shout out to 42 Doug. Shout out to Mozzie. Shout out to Jeremiah. Shout out to Rhapsody. And that's the album. Shout out to Killer Mike, Eric Bellinger. So it's just a lot of features, man. But I thought it was a solid project. It was definitely the best T.I. project I can remember in recent history, rather. So shout out to T.I. I listen to Astroworld again. I'm always listening to Astroworld.
Yeah.
I love Travis Scott. I think it's a classic album. 21 Savage, Savage Mode 2 is still in rotation. I don't know if I really gave a real breakdown the first time I did it, but Running is a really dope joint. Rich Nigga Shit featuring Young Thug is crazy. Many Men is crazy. Snitches and Rats is crazy. The intro to Snitches and Rats especially. Really the whole narration. Shout out to Morgan Freeman again. I know we talked about it before, but I just want to say that again. Stepping on niggas.
Rube? You know Big Rube?
Yeah, Big Rube. Yeah. We talked about that. Brand New Draco is crazy. No Op Left Behind is crazy. Yep.
Great song titles.
Yeah. Blueprint 2.1. I think we talked about this shit earlier, so I ain't gonna go through that. But In My Lifetime Volume 1. Shout out to Hove. City Is Mine. Imaginary Players. Yeah. I think that's all.
I ain't spent a lot of time listening.
Oh, Rap Game versus Crap Game. It's crazy. My bad to cut you off.
No, you straight.
That. You Only Live Twice. I think I just said this on the last podcast, but shout out to Freddie Gibbs. If I didn't say it, 20 Karat Jesus is crazy. Crushed Glass, Dear Maria, and I think Phone Lit is probably my favorite song. Oh, Homesick is crazy too. The Phone Lit to transition to Homesick is crazy. Yeah. Definitely a really dope couplet. I talked about Poison in the last podcast, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. Other than that, like I said, I went back to the Joe Rogan podcast. Listened to the Matthew McConaughey episode. I actually thought it was pretty interesting because he talked about how he didn't want LA dudes moving into Austin. And I know like Joe Rogan just moved to Austin and he talked about how much he didn't want that energy, and I respected that. Other than that, I think that's it. What you been watching? I ain't watched nothing new, so I'm gonna just go ahead and cut you off before you ask me what I've been watching. I ain't watched nothing. I actually recycled back to BoJack because I was like, you know what? It's been 3 months since I watched every episode of BoJack, so let me do it again.
Word. All right, so I watched some more of The Boys.
I won't give it away the ending yet until Sean finishes it.
Yeah,
but
I don't have a take
promise
yet. I keep
y'all,
falling
I have a
asleep.
lot to say about The Boys ending. But I'm not gonna say it yet until we can all finish it together.
Yeah.
So y'all, all my guys and goddesses, please make sure you watch The Boys if you in this shit with us.
Everybody has rave reviews, man. I think like you mentioned about good albums, good episodes kind of leave you hanging. Or I did
Leave you want more. Yeah.
I do feel like, I think we talked about this on the previous podcast. I tried to rewatch the Lovecraft finale. It just don't feel like it makes sense. Like, I'm waiting to see how you tie up all these loose ends. And I remember that being my critique in the middle of the season when they went back, like, what was that, a year or went ahead a year. And the story just picks up from there. Like, it was a bunch of narrations that kind of just left you hanging. I watched Paid in Full again, just for continuity purposes. Again, man, shout out everybody involved with Paid in Full, except for Harvey Weinstein, because he actually still owns the film. That's one of Dame Dash's biggest gripes about pushing out his own content, just because all his best shit get owned by somebody else.
Like never again.
Yeah, never again, man. You should never call another man boss. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's been pretty washed for me. I've been ripping and running. So yeah, Black business shout outs. Shout out City in the Woods.
Shout out to Free Agency. I gotta start out with that just because we just was there.
Shout out Free Agency, man.
Shout out Free Agency, man. Shout out to Brian. Of
Shout
course,
out
City in the
Braden.
Woods.
Yeah, shout out to 23 Penny. City in the Woods.
City
Shout
in the
out
Woods.
Phyllis Iller.
Shout out Phyllis Iller.
Shout out No Limit Exposure.
Yep. Shout out to Decatur Zone.
Shout out to Decatur's Own Seasoning.
Shout out to Hey So Famous.
Yeah, shout out to Hey So Famous. Working Class Music Group. Shout out Nothing LLC. My nigga Rome. I shout you out every podcast. One of these days you'll catch it. Shout out Chop Ross. Chop Ross Radio been going in, man. If y'all ain't following
As
him
I
on
call him,
Chop Ross
Chopper
Radio.
Belly.
Little Chopper Toy.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Squadron. My nigga SB.
Shout out SB, man.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it. It's already out there. If you watch our IG stories, you already know what it is. But shout out Sean, man. Another Sean, man. It's just ain't too many. Never mind. Anyway, as soon as I say it, it'll fuck up the rep. Yeah, that's it.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Washed but never washed up.
We are washed but never washed up. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody been listening so far. This is episode 36, man. Shout out to Jerome Bettis. So we're washed but never washed up. You got anything you want to say before we leave this motherfucker?
Stay black.
Yeah, stay black.